Welcome to the John Roberts Gaming Channel. This is John Roberts, and you are watching Axis Placement 3. But before you watch Axis Placement 3, I'm going to ask you to like, share, and subscribe, and support this channel. So, Axis Placement 3, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Germany, round 1. Let's see what our comrades did. Purchased 8 infantry. Took the territory with no units lost. That's excellent for him. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's got 6, 7 up here. Put the 2 fighters back in Russia. Reinforced West Russia. Moved in infantry to Xinjiang, but not to Szechuan. That's interesting. 3 infantry to Buryatia. So he's holding Buryatia. 2 infantry to Yakut. Put the sub in C Zone 7. And 1 infantry to Caucasus. 2 infantry to Karelia and 6 infantry to Russia. So for Germany, so I still have all of my aircraft, 6 fighters and 1 bomber. So let's go for 11 infantry and 2 artillery. My favorite opening buy. 6 in C Zone 7. I find that a lot of people try to go for this C Zone 10 thing with 1 sub, or maybe this cruiser, but I find that usually it just doesn't work out, and you're better off just trying to take this and having 1 or 2 subs left. That's the way I've had most success in my experience. So now, with him making that attack here in West Russia, I would normally be inclined to stack up Ukraine, but I really want to take Karelia too. So let's see if we could do both. Of course, I got to take Caucasus. Can't just let him be here in Caucasus with 1 unit. So let's see. I guess we'll just try it like that. Just 1 infantry, 1 artillery. It's not a huge deal if we don't get it. It just would be nice. And we can't stack up Karelia, can we? No, sir, we cannot. Not with the amount it would take for me to take this and what he has here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's not going to happen. He's got 6, 7. So I got 5, 6, 7. I can use this fighter and this fighter, and they can both land where I want them in Northwest Europe, and so can this fighter, the one in Berlin. And maybe we use up 1 tank. We'll see. Let's see how that looks first. We're gonna go for the destroyer, and then we could take this artillery and this infantry. I usually go for Transjordan, but I can bring 2, 3, 4, 5. Implausible. Okay, we're not going to go for that. We're going to go for our regular Transjordan. That should be fine. Could use one of these subs to get this cruiser. Let's do that. Divert from my normal opening move and see if I can get this cruiser. Since I'm going to be landing hopefully 7 units here, 7 aircraft, it's going to be very hard for him to put out a fleet. As long as C Zone 7 goes alright. Which I just weakened, of course. Alright. How does that all look? C Zone 7 is favorable. Caucasus is favorable. Karelia is strong. 17 strong. Transjordan is always implausible. 13 strong. May the dice gods be with us. Okay, that actually all worked out except for Karelia. That was a little bad luck in Karelia, actually. But everything else worked out, and at least we got the we won in Karelia. We just did not capture the region and put all of our aircraft back in Northwest. It's kind of cool. We have 3 subs left. He is capable of taking out all 3, but it's something he's going to have to put a little bit of effort into. Let's do a double and triple check on our defense profiles. These are my default for the Axis. What does it look like? Bomber first. I'm interested in the subs. Submerge and submerge. We have to set it as submerge with fleet because there are 2 submarines together. They will be considered a fleet. So this is fine. Oh, why isn't this set? That should always be set, unless there's a certain situation you don't want it set. I always just leave that set as a preset. What does the main look like that Japan set at? Yeah, we have to... Yeah, Japan I want set like that. Alright, that's all my fighters? Only 6? Here we go. There's number 7. Put all these tanks in to, whatever this is called. Baltic states. So now, can we stack up? I forgot about this. He's got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's see it on paper. Let's see this on paper. See how it actually looks on paper. If we can get all of our tanks into that place. Ukraine, sorry. I'm like, that place? What's it called? Maybe we use a fighter. Right, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Still a little tight. Alright, I gotta run this through a calculator. It's a 50-50. It's actually favorable for him. So let's not do that. Let's put all of our tanks... put all our tanks in Poland. I like that. Then we can choose where they go next round. Make sure this fighter's in Northwest. Bring up that infantry. Put these 2 infantry in Poland. Poland's just more flexible. I'm going to leave 2 infantry on the front in each of these to make his trading more costly, since I can afford more infantry than he can, and the Allies cannot land any units anytime soon. I'm going to just put 2 AA guns in Northwest for now, and bring the one from Italy up into Germany, since I'm not really... I don't know what I'm doing with Karelia. I might be going a southern route, a northern route, I'm not sure yet. Since he's banked everything on holding West Russia first round, it gives me a little bit more of a choice. I want these 3 infantry to be able to reach Karelia, however. Leave the 2 infantry here. You know, take 1 infantry from France, put it in Northwest, and leave the infantry from Northwest there. This, just to make sure he cannot touch this. Make sure we reinforce this. There's 1 tank in Italy we forgot. And let's double and triple check. We're not moving these units. We're not moving these units. We are not moving these units. That's all of our units. We're not moving this unit. Okay. So now we can mobilize 2 artillery in Germany, 8 infantry in Germany, 3 infantry in Italy. And we'll see what UK has in store for us. Japan round 1. Let's take a look at his UK round 1. 3 tanks, 1 fighter, 1 infantry. Interesting. We got the transport here. Took Paris with 1 tank. Destroyed my submarine. Okay, so he went for 37. And he did ridiculously well. He lost a submarine and a cruiser, and he destroyed 2 fighters, 1 aircraft carrier, and 1 battleship. So this was really lucky for him, but now we might want to look at our chances at taking India. 2 land units and 1 aircraft, so that's not going to work against this here. What else he did? He took Transjordan. No losses there. So he landed a fighter and a bomber in the United Kingdom, put a fighter in Karelia, and put 5 infantry in Burma, stacked up Burma. 3 tanks in India, and a fighter and an infantry in the United Kingdom. So the Japanese already have 2 transports, So we only need 2 more transports. We could purchase another bomber and save 4 IPCs. I like that. So now we have a problem with Barriatia. So I have to think about how I want to go about this, because he did this a little unorthodox here. It's going to be this fighter that takes this transport out. And this sub will take this transport out. I want to take Burma. That's where he has the most units that he left. Just out for me for the taking. So let's take Burma. Let's do our standard moves. Let's try and do standard Japanese moves. And see how that works out for him. This one goes 1, 2. We might have to land this fighter in East Indies. I was going to call it Java. East Indies. Alright, so let's ignore Burma right now. Attack where it's weak. You know what? Forget this transport. Forget this transport. I guess his transports get to live. Because Pearl Harbor, I think, is important. I think he's going to go KJF. And I don't want to leave him this. Just, especially after he took out so much with that lucky attack of his. So I'm wondering if I should go north. Let's do that. Let's go north. We'll put everything in C-Zone 62. Because then we'll be able to get an industrial complex. So my logic here is he decided to keep all these Soviet units here, and they're kind of useless here. They really should go back to help defend the motherland. And they're just over here kind of fiddling around with the Japanese. He made positioning down here, he did very well actually, in a way that I can't really get this, I can't really get this, I can't really get this. You know, this transport and this transport, and I can't reach 37 with anything. So he positions himself down here pretty well. So I'm thinking I go north and clear this out so that I can get an industrial complex in Manchuria next round or third round. This fighter can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanted to land you in Manchuria anyway. May the dice gods be with us. Okay, that all worked out. I'm 53. I mean, I still have 2 aircraft left, but he's got his sub left. Onway worked out better than I think it's ever worked out in my entire life, and Barriatia worked out very well. the way I expected. This here, I got 4 infantry left, 4 units left, and that's more than I'd want here, but I committed 5 units here, so, you know, you never want really more than 3 on the front lines like this, where they're overmatched. Once when you get to 4, that's kind of a medium stack, but they were already committed there. He didn't get good hits. 4 in the front lines, this is not the end of the world either. Put these 2 fighters in Manchuria. They'll be safe there. Let's ball up 62. Of course, this aircraft carrier does not make it to 62. It does make it to 61, and there's nothing else in range there. Of course, there's no safe landing point for this fighter now. So we put the fighter and the bomber down here in Solomon, where there's another infantry there to kind of babysit them. We'll see how he handles that, because as of now, I can really only count on these 2 fighters being my Japanese Air Force. We'll really have to see what happens. But after a double and triple check, we have moved all of our units, and we can move on. Fresh new bomber. The reason for the bomber is that bombers are the most efficient unit you could actually purchase in attack for naval purposes. They have long range and they attack at 4, and they only cost 12. And they're useful on land as well, of course. So I thought buying a bomber here would give me versatility. Since I didn't buy any naval units, we're going to see what he does. I think he's going KJF, which means I'm going to have to start building destroyers and submarines with Japan. But having a bomber or 2 laying around really will not hurt my chances of being able to defend myself properly against a KJF. It's also a reason why I kind of went with a northern strategy rather than India. Kind of posturing myself towards India usually, but we're doing it a little differently today. We have 2 more transports. Of course, we don't have enough units for transport here. We have 3 units here in Japan, and we're out of range of picking up any other units right now. But that's okay. That's okay. We have the transports. We can transport these units and move them around if we need to. We have 3 units here to put on the land. Could have bought 1 infantry, but we saved instead. Let's see what the Allies have in store for us. Germany round 2. So let's see what the Allies did. We'll first look at US round 1. 2 aircraft carriers, 1 fighter, 1 infantry. Took Morocco. Took Kwangtung. The one thing about this Morocco that I kind of know that he's not really going to be purchasing anything else here in the Atlantic. I kind of feel like it's a waste for me to have to go after this, but I kind of have to. I got to take out these transports. I can't let him have these transports. Destroyer in 13, a bomber in United Kingdom, fighter in Greenland, battleship and destroyer to 53, a fighter to Honolulu, cruiser to 56, fighter landed in India, and a tank brought over to Morocco on non-combat. And as I thought, it looks like we are looking at a KJF. So Japan is going to have to go into KJF defensive mode. We might not even be building a industrial complex. We'll see how things go. My KJF defense game is not fantastic. I am very inexperienced, so I'm going to have to do well with Germany, who has 44 IPCs, by the way. And we're going to make all land purchase of 12 infantry and 2 artillery. Maybe we won't. We'll get a tank, so that makes it 10 infantry, 2 artillery, and 1 tank, since we do not have Karelia. But this is interesting here. Well, maybe we should review what the Soviet Union did. So he got 4 infantry and a bomber. In my opinion, that is a mistake. If you are going KJF, you're relying on just the Soviet Union holding back the Germans, and bombers are not going to do that, especially just one of them. So, interesting choice. Let's see how it works out. took Finland, took Caucasus, lost an infantry there, and took Ukraine. Did not lose anything in Ukraine. So he left this stack of 10. I have that many in tanks, and I have some infantry lying around. So once again, he's making interesting choices. He also left a fighter in Karelia to get the non-combats. Moved units back to Russia, and then mobilized 2 units in Karelia and 2 infantry and a bomber in Russia. So anyway, 10 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 tank, I think is a good buy here for the Germans. All land. They have a capacity of 13 at the moment, so let's do it. Alright, so for starters, we gotta take care of this. And we have 2 subs and a bomber. I wonder if 2 subs and a bomber would be enough. Well, we leave 2, okay. We'll have 4 for trading, because I definitely want to take these 3 infantry, put them into Karelia, and take these 4 fighters. Or maybe we take 3 of them. Let's take 3 of these fighters. 1 fighter to Ukraine. I want to make sure I get Ukraine. We should be able to stack it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need to have 11 units. Alright, so we'll use the transport here. It'll help us out. With the bombardment, will definitely help us out. These 4 infantry. This 1 infantry. Use 1 infantry each. We'll do a soft capture of West Russia here. So he'll have 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, like I said. I have 20 going on 10, so hopefully we have 10 left. I have a pile of tanks. I think that'll hold just fine. And if not, we could retreat after, if this hopefully becomes profitable. It should. We take out this tank here with 1 of you. I'm going to want to leave 1 infantry here to babysit fighters. We'll use the infantry from Italy and 1 of these artillery. And that should do it. We'll blitz down into Africa, and we'll put an infantry here so that he can't catch up with me. And then we'll probably pull this infantry back, let him come take Algeria. We'll have to see if we have the transport left next round. I believe that's all looking good. May the dice gods be with us. Okay, that was actually a pretty lucky round. The only little bit of bad luck was here in 13, where he managed to get both my subs, but everything else worked out very well. This was better than expected. I was expecting to only really have these 10 tanks left, and was hoping that that would be enough to defend against these 11 attackers he can bring in here. But I'm pretty confident now with these 4 extra infantry here, that that will be a good hold right there. This fighter, I guess, will go back to Poland. We'll put these 2 fighters back into Northwest. That's where the bomber is going to go too, just for now. The 2 anti-aircraft would be useless if he attacked me with his fighters here, since he has no land units to take any territory. So let's bring this over this way, and we'll bring this one over this way, since he's deciding to go with extra aircraft with the Soviet Union, it might be a good idea to have some anti-aircraft laying around. All these fighters will go into Poland. We'll put 6 of these infantry. We'll hold back 2. Actually, no. No. This is a KJF. He has no transports. Let's put everything into Poland. You know what? Instead of putting everything into Poland. Okay, fighters into Poland. That we want. This stack of infantry. Let's put a few of them in Baltic. And the rest in Poland. I like that better. We want to make sure we have some units here to possibly trade. Like I said, we're going to ball these up. He still has this infantry down here. He hasn't moved. So with the double and triple check, I'm not moving these. I'm not moving this. Oh no, I am moving this. I canceled it. I did move it and then I canceled it. Now that's me moving it again. Not going to move these. That looks good. Basically just put everything into Germany until we can't put in Germany no more, and put the remaining in Italy. And then we see what the United Kingdom has in store for us. Alright, Japan round 2. Let's take a look at UK round 2. 1 destroyer, 1 cruiser, 1 fighter. Took the East Indies, did not lose any units. He took Egypt, destroyed an infantry, lost an infantry. It looks like we can outnumber him. So for non-combat, move 2 fighters to Sea Zone 37, 2 tanks up to Burma. Okay, put a destroyer and a cruiser in 35, 1 infantry in India, 1 infantry, 1 fighter to United Kingdom. So this is obviously a KJF. So let's see, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So let's see, no industry. We got 4, so we need at least 7 units. Let's do 7 units. Let's see what that looks like. That leaves 16. It's only enough for 1 sub. Alright, let's get the industry. We'll get a sub. We're gonna get 5 land units. No, I don't see the point in buying the industry if I have those transports. Sub, destroyer, another sub. Let's do it that way. 4 infantry, 1 transport, 2 subs, 1 destroyer. Okay, let's take out these 2 with the units in Buryatia. And we'll attack these 2 with 2 infantry apiece and a fighter apiece. We'll put all of these units in Yunnan into Kwangtung to attack that. This bomber and fighter over here, there's really not much I could do with them. Yep, that'll be it. That'll be it for Japan's attack this round. Everything looks strong. Well, may the dice gods be with us. Now here's a question, and I'd like to hear your opinion down in the comments. How absolutely ridiculous was this? So I rolled 19 dice. I dare you to roll 19 dice and see how long it takes you to not come up with 1, 2, or 1. Okay. We'll put the 2 fighters back in Manchuria. We're not going to move any of this. We're just going to take these units and put them in Manchuria. Now I can't move any of my transports. I'd like to move a transport down to here, C-Zone 60, and I cannot. Yeah, I'd have to, like, destroyer block him. I wouldn't even be able to do it. If he could put his aircraft carrier here, he'd be able to get a transport here. But from C-Zone 60, a transport could pick up some of these units, something like that. I have 4 transports, and I should have not bought 2 with anticipation of the KJF. That was a mistake. Because now I have an extra transport, I'm not going to really be able to use it. So we're just going to have to see what happens. Why is there an aircraft carrier here? Oh, it couldn't reach last round. Could not reach last round. Alright. Unselect you. So you guys are all staying. This unit, this infantry, needs to come up here into Yunnan. And let's get these guys. Where am I going to put this fighter? This fighter doesn't have anywhere to land now. This guy's scrappy, this player. He's a little scrappy. I mean, he's making poor decisions here in Europe, but he's a little scrappy here in the Pacific. If I go to 60, I'm going to land him in Philippines. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like that. The bomber can go back up here. The fighter, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do this. So I didn't want to destroyer block him yet, but I have like no choice or I'm going to lose the fighter. And this way I can move the transports into a better position, I guess. Yeah, he won't be able to get his fighters here. He won't be able to get his fleet here. He won't be able to get his fleet. They can only use fighters with their aircraft carriers. So hopefully that's safe. Do I have another fighter to land there? Shored up with another fighter. This one come from Xinjiang and this one was in... So those fighters are out of range. Alright, well, there's nothing else we can do. Get another destroyer there. He doesn't have a sneaky bomber laying around, right? 2 subs. Now I wish I had 2 destroyers and 1 sub. I don't need the subs to defend against air. They're not going to defend against air. Can somebody answer me a question? If my timer runs out as I'm taking my turn, what happens there? If anyone has an answer, let me know down in the comments. And for now, we'll see what the Allies have in store for us.
So that'll do it for Axis Placement 3, Episode 1. If you like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Do all those wonderful things that you do. And don't forget to join us for Axis Placement 3, Episode 2. And as always, thank you for watching.